everyone like to come up. This is in regards to the press release that we had today and the Loretto concepts that were proposed this afternoon. And Mr. Norcross is going to explain the whole concept to everyone that's here this evening.
Good evening.
Could he please use the microphone?
I'm with
David, can you use the microphone?
Yes. You can take it off. My name is David Norcross. I'm with Pioneer Companies. I'm here tonight representing Loretto with their greenhouse project, which is slated for the Cicero Commons site. I'm sure all of you are familiar with that location. The purpose of our appearance tonight is to request that the town board refer this project along to the planning board for detailed site plan review. Joining me tonight on behalf of this project is Jed Snyder. Jed is Senior Vice President of Development for Pioneer. Alex Wisniewski, who was with LJR Engineering. He's the engineering lead on this project. Also from Loretto is Chief Executive Officer Michael Sullivan and Vice President Tammy Marshall. Just to give you a brief description of what a greenhouse is for those of you that weren't at the press conference today. The Greenhouse Initiative is basically an effort to revitalize senior health care in this country, really. And we're very fortunate to have Loretto sponsoring a project like this right here in central New York. There's approximately 60 of these greenhouse projects across the country. And the focus of the Greenhouse Initiative is really to deinstitutionalize elder care, so that these houses, as you can see from these renderings, are intended to be very home-like. The exterior design of them is very much residential in nature. The interiors are also intended to be just like your house. Very residential in nature, centered around a central core that has a fireplace, a large kitchen, dining room area. Typically the units themselves contain anywhere from 10 to 12 single occupied bedroom units. Each of these units has its own private shower. So again, the goal is to decentralize or to deinstitutionalize, healthcare. So that's a very brief overview of what a greenhouse is. We have a conceptual site plan here that I'd like to ask Alex Wisniewski from LJR Engineering to come up and kind of walk you through some of the details of this site plan itself. Thanks, Alex.
Let's take a brief step back and just give you a little bit of an overview of where we are. As many of you know, the Cicero Commons campus is located on Route 11, just north of Route 31. You're familiar with the library and the ice rinks. You've probably been there before. And this plan represents the most recent version of the master plan, if you will, for that community campus. And some of the infrastructure to date has been constructed, mainly the main access drive, the ice skating center, the former YWCA, the library, and as you can see on the plan, there are areas programmed for the potential for a future town hall, great lawn and a mixture of different uses on the balance of the property. This concept plan that we developed falls in this westerly portion of the site, approximately 18 acres in size. And this is the concept plan superimposed over an aerial photograph, so you can see what's been constructed to date. Again, the access drive, the library, the ice skating rink. You can see some of the road infrastructure that's currently there without any development around that. So Pioneer partnering with Loretto is bringing the greenhouse project to this westerly portion of the property on, again, approximately 18 acres. We did take into consideration in our schematic how that plan would fit in with the existing infrastructure of PUD. And currently there is an existing road and utilities across the majority of the frontage of the site, which obviously we would connect into with a new loop road and obviously public utilities to serve these units. Kind of zooming in on the project. And this is rotated, so the plan's sitting like that here. North is towards David. Tying into an existing road and then just a simple loop design. We've got some constraints on site with regulated wetland encumbrances that we're trying to stay away from and minimize, actually avoid any impacts to those wetlands and or buffer areas. So that's started to define the limitations of our site development footprint. And ultimately, this is how we've arrived at this concept. The grade generally drains towards the west, and we need to accommodate stormwater provisions per the New York State Speedies guidelines for stormwater control prior to discharge to those wetlands. Again, as I stated, a new town road would be constructed with associated utilities, and as you can see, it's a system of sidewalks throughout the development to promote pedestrian access. So briefly, that's an overview of the site plan.